I can't believe that we're just few days away from episode 3. Like, not few days away from trailer or anything, but actual episode 3. Time has flew by so fastly. Okay, look, the point is, I'm super excited and I cannot wait to get my hands on episode 3, MINERVA. Anyways, but today we're gonna focus on yesterday's trailer and do a thorough explanation of what happened and why a couple of frames changed everything. But as always, before we begin, please, for freak's sake, let's get this video to 500 likes and I need help. Please subscribe. Now that out of the way, let's do this. Alright, to start off, we get Abel's interrogation scene, and a couple of things happen here. Number 1, it's in the morning, like we said in previous video, that this is gonna go on for a while. And number 2, Abel still got both of his hands, and AJ doing episode 1 reference with that gun. Clem throw water at his face, and my god, he's all messed up, like look at this dude. This was clearly a setup for how evil you can be, which obviously coincides with AJ's learning all of this, so that's an interesting part. With Clem saying, I just want to know where Lily took my people, to which Abel respond with, doesn't matter, Lily will never give something. Now here's the thing, Clem asked for a location, Delta's location. Abel said, doesn't matter because Lily is not gonna give them anyway or give up, which is interesting because Abel knows what's going on in Delta, and he also knows what these kids are up to is nothing compared to what's happening in Delta. To which Clem responded with, you don't need to watch this, with AJ going, I want to. That was clearly a reference from previous seasons, just in case you guys didn't know. Okay, that was pointless, but look, the point is, Abel's finished, he's gonna tell us the location from here. Now what's gonna happen to him after this torture or whatever, that's a mystery, but it's interesting because Clem has been in this situation. Clem has been, you know, appeared in these situations and she knows how to do what. But AJ? Oof. Also, just I was writing this script, Clementine is ruthless, oh my god. Anyways, the sequence of this trailer is on point, not gonna lie, especially the way screenshots were presented on the official Epic Games Store page, so that's interesting. Then we get to see messed up school from yesterday and how things went down with the Ruby after burying Mitch, and just so you know, you cannot see Willy here, but 10 with sad face, which is obvious as to why. This suck of Willy, oh my god, I don't want to talk about him, get off of me. Anyways, Lewis asks Clem what's the plan. Now this is the sequence I was talking about earlier. After episode 2 ending, we tied up Abel in some room, aka basement, I hope. Then Willy vs 10 happened, and then we bury Mitch. So far so good, right? The reason I mentioned this because after all of this, the sequence is all over the place because now Clem and Lewis are outside Delta already. I also called this out yesterday's video, and Skybot, if you're watching this is kind of stretched to be honest. I said this yesterday and I'm gonna say it now. If this boat is Delta, then most of what Lily said kind of throw like everything out of the bus. What could be the possibility though is that this might be the boat that's taking them to Delta. Now that will be interesting, which also explains why they usually attack the school like every once in a while and not regularly. I'm talking about Lily and her goons. Alright, I also pointed out that Violet in that view, which is interesting because the timing for all of this is quite fast. I would assume episode 3 is happening in like very little space. When I say space, I mean time frame. In episode 2 we had 2 weeks break in between. I can see that happening in episode 3 as well, but with what we've seen in the trailer so far, it points toward a tight schedule with a tight time frame, which trust me is a very good writing and one of the ways to get players immersed in ongoing story and plot. Hold up, is that Rock's sister? That's Rock's sister! The sucker died! Nah, well, what do I know, but if I remember correctly, I didn't saw her abscise leaving the admin building. But then again, we were busy fighting Abel, so maybe she left while that. Interesting, but I also hate her honestly. Like, I really hate her. Rock's sister, get away from me. I also saw Badger right there. What the frick is he doing here? Get your abscise back to dead. Not gonna lie, boat looks disgusting. Alright, now let's get back to what we're saying. Then Clem says that we're gonna distract them while sneak on the board. We can also see James with Clem and people are saying, oh look how cute they are. Shut up, alright? I said it yesterday, he's the last thing I'm looking forward to episode 3. Like, he's the last thing I'm looking forward to in episode 3. Now get off of me. Anyways, this also coincides with James telling us or helping us because, oh, he's so cute, that we're gonna distract them a lot of walkers while all the kids can sneak inside. Which also brings up the threat of getting killed because every walker looks the same. And if they can get shot, you can too, or we can too. Just saying. James death confirmed. Yes. I mean, no, that's sad. I can't see that happening. Oh my my god. Then James, alongside AJ and Clementine, says, I have something I need you to see so you can understand what you're asking. First of all, my boy, pause on that. Don't get too intimidated. Secondly, it's interesting because now he's gonna teach us how to walk among walkers, which if that's the case, we won. Like, what's the most alarming threat in an apocalypse? Getting killed by walkers and zombies, right? But if you're one of them, hey. Anyways, he goes on to say, if you want my help, try and walk with them, basically showing his hideout and other walkers that he uses to fight or help other people. Man, the point is, this dude James is gonna help us. Can we stop talking about this guy? No hate to James fan, you guys are awesome. Maybe he's too for you, but not for me. Then we get this penultimate episode text. Now, according to Reddit, this was an achievement in season 1. So people are theorizing about Clem getting bit, or just a foreshadow that something like that will happen by the end of episode 3, which is interesting nonetheless. Then AJ talk about eyes, alive people, monsters, and then alive people's eyes right as you kill them. Now, this is interesting as to no one is talking about this, but why did AJ said that? I mean, I know he's a kid and kids says like dumb she all the time, but why here? Why this? Why about alive people right when you kill them? Now, there are a couple of reasons we can throw. Most sole is that we, as in Clementine and AJ, did something dirty, aka killing someone. Now, I'm hiding it for another video, but I still think it's able. Okay, I'm just kidding. The point is, episode 3, we're gonna get our hands dirty. Who knows, maybe AJ saying that after remembering what he did to Marlon, maybe after seeing Clem and James killing someone. Understand, and I remembered that James did got shot in the woods, so it's very likely this happened. I don't know, just wanted to throw it out there. Just so you know, what I'm trying to say is that James got shot in the woods, so maybe they shot someone else who was not that evil, and AJ saw his eyes or her eyes. While he was saying that, we get adorable faces of Lewis and Violet. Look, I don't hate Lewis, he's such a great character, Valorant, but from episode 1, I am not feeling him that much. I don't know why. It's just that he's not sitting with me that well, like in my head. On the other hand, as soon as I saw Violet, I was like, this is gonna be something 100% from episode 1. I don't know, but both of them are good, just like these 2 frames of them smiling. And yes, they're really in love with Clem, so you do you, I see you. Then we see Clem wearing Walker mask, aka becoming a Whisperer, which is interesting and coincides with something that happened a couple of frames later, and I'll come to that in just a second. But she looks horrible. What the freak happened to her? Like, what the freak is this? Anyways, good job, James. I don't think I have to add that much right here, rather in a later frame. Then we get Minerva. Okay, listen, okay, just look at her. Forget everything, alright? Close your eyes, okay? I know I'm taking Dashi's reference, but close your eyes. Forget everything. Open your eyes. Look at her. Look at Minerva. Look at her in the eyes. Forget the world. I don't know what I'm doing. I was saying that, remember when we showed the arts for her by Minfu? Yeah, this was well received by fans, and I'm glad that they chose this, and the weapon, good, but oh my god, look at her. Anyways, now that she's here, episode 3 is about to be flames. A love triangle between 3, her death possibility, her being brainwashed by a Lily, and her goons and her innocence, I mean her toughness. Anyways, now that she's here, this is gonna be so interesting because think of all the possibilities. Number 1, her helping us. Number 2, her fighting against us. Number 3, her playing 50-50. Number 4, her death. Like, come on, there's a lot you can do with her. And also, Sophie isn't here, which also coincides with our theory of Skybound making her disappear, or Minerva is gonna tell us that she died or something. See, I told you, subscribe to us. We do theories, please help. Okay, so this screenshot, this is in Delta, and I'm wondering, who are we up against? Lewis is in the background. We're facing someone. That's gonna be interesting. I don't have that much input in this, but I would assume that we're going against someone familiar, or this is where we get caught inside Delta. And then my favorite, Clem in Walker's guts going towards Delta or that ship or boat. Okay, so this was also pointed out by Reddit, that we're gonna have a choice between walking in guts or becoming a Whisperer. The reason this choice is interesting is because it has to do more with James and his mentality than us. Choosing this might upset him, but he ain't a romance option. So anyways, this is where we're gonna get inside Delta. Obviously it's not gonna be easy, and I'm saying it here, we're gonna get caught. You can also hear gunshots, which means somebody somebody's about to get injured or maybe die. Okay, so these two final shots are interesting. Number one, Lily being all evil with MINERVA behind her. Now that would be freaking awesome, because I want you to imagine this. You sneak inside Delta. You're going to find Violet or Lewis or others. You see MINERVA. Then she draws her weapon towards you, and you hear Lily's voice. How epic that would be. And Lily was also saying that the only way you're gonna save your people if you let us take them, which means that Ruby's gonna die, Ten is gonna die, Willie is gonna die, Willie better die, which will leave Clem, AJ, and Lewis or Violet for episode 4, which I'm theorizing a lot at this point, that there are gonna be really few people that are gonna left by episode 4. But anyways, we're talking about episode 3 trailer specifically. That also coincides with some other community that Delta is fighting against, and Lily might give us like a choice or something of either get along with them or be free later or die. And you already know what your boy's gonna choose. The second shot is this. Now I wanted to do Lee's flashback video, and in that I want to talk about this, but we're just gonna talk a little bit here. Clem is gonna get bit in episode 3. I'm calling it right here, or if not bitten, she's gonna get brutally injured, something that's gonna cause her to fade out and find herself in dream sequence with Lee. I'm gonna go on to more in Lee video, but for the time being, either of that is gonna happen in episode 3, as this shot foreshadows her death or getting bit in episode 4. And then we see Lee and Clem in a train, which is so nostalgia, but there are so many things that we want to look forward to, and seeing Lee makes it even more interesting. I'm putting my money on the table. This episode is gonna be 8 or 9 out of 10. 100%. I'm also gonna do a let's play of this episode, all routes, Violet, Lewis, alternate choices, whatever. Just 1 week left. So let me know how excited you are for this. I know I cannot wait for MINERVA. I mean, a whole episode. With that being said, that'll do for today's video. And remember, if you like this video and you enjoy what I do on this channel, because I can assure you I enjoy what I do on the channel, hit that like button. And if you're new here, smash that subscribe button and become an official member of SmackNPie. Anyways, I'm Smack and I love you all. Until then, take care of yourself and your family. Stay humble and be grateful. And peace. Please subscribe. Freak you.